everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using, it's called Homost, is I believe how you pronounce it. I'll be using the kit that I bought off of Amazon. Again, it was another very affordable polygel that I purchased. Honestly, the boxing isn't the greatest, right? They don't have the best packaging, but I mean, think of how much you pay for that aesthetic or all of that stuff when you get other kits that are in all of those fancy plastic and containers and everything. So I think that's part of what helps make some of these polygels affordable. So first I'm going to start off and I'm going to go through and swatch each of the colors. So number 1 was rose. Number 2 is red. It looks orange in the video, but it is actually a really bright red. Number 3 is violet. Number 4 is yellow. I used this color today. Number 5 is sky blue. I also use this color. Number 6 is green. I use this color as well. And I also used number 1 rose to design my set today. And this number 7 blue was also very pretty, and it took everything in me not to use both of the blues or the violet, but I wanted to try something different. So the final color was gray. It says it's gray, which it probably does turn gray when it cures, but it's actually black when it first comes out, and I thought that was really pretty as well. I have never tried color changing polygel, so I'm just wrapping up what was left in the kit. It just comes with all of your basic stuff. It just doesn't have fancy packaging, which is perfectly fine. I go in with my first layer, with my base coat. I don't file my or prep my my tips anymore because I feel like it's just a waste of time, and honestly I don't want to get all the little things in the base coat. No matter how much you wipe it down with alcohol or whatever, there's still like leaves your base coat looking crummy, and I just don't like that. So I don't know, I just feel like I can't, or it can get like stringy from even though they're lint free wipes, they still tend to tear on my polygel or on my, yeah, it's just crazy. So yeah, needless to say, I don't file the tips anymore because nobody's really going to be wearing these, so I just skip a couple of steps every once in a while. If I were actually prepping a nail and I was actually going to wear these, I would prep them properly, but these are just for show and just to practice my technique. I am getting a lot better with polygel application. So as you can see when I was swatching these polygels are also very sticky, and I was really surprised when I was applying them. They look really sticky, but they're actually not too bad at all. So I leave the first nail that I do, which is this green, in real time. Part of me wishes I would have used the violet color, but it is what it is. I'm trying to do something different since purple is my favorite color and I use it a lot. So I mean, if I had an actual client, I mean, I would do whatever they asked me to do, but also I wanted to showcase a lot of the colors in this polygel kit. I absolutely love the yellow. The yellow was really, really pretty. You'll see that coming up here in a minute. I don't know what my obsession is with yellow lately, but then I saw it and I was like, ooh, I like the bumblebee. But throughout the application process, as I'm carrying this, is where you're going to see the color change effect the best. I tried to get a really good glimpse or picture of it. I didn't soak them in water in the end, or hot water or anything in the end. But all of them change, like they're really light and vibrant, and then they all change to a very light, and I don't know how to explain the opacity. Like they're see-through, like you can see through them, like you can see the nail stand and everything through the screen, but I don't know, like they're they're not super transparent, but they're not really opaque. They're just like a really good in between, and I thought that was really pretty as well. The green was a little bubbly, and they all kind of have like that first big bubble. Sometimes when you squeeze polygel for the first time after you open it, there's like that little pocket of air that comes out. They all kind of had that. Sometimes it's really loud or pops really loud or whatever the case may be, but this stuff was just really easy to move, and it actually wasn't too terrible. I used alcohol, 70% alcohol as my slip solution. Sometimes I use base as my slip solution, but today I decided not to do that because it was just normal polygel, but it didn't get cloudy or anything as far as the polygel was concerned, and using that 70% alcohol, so I just continued to use it. So here I go with the tip. At first I was going to try to do a French tip on all of these nails and after trying the technique I was like, that's too much. I just kind of wanted to do something a little bit simple and quick but elegant as well. So I left the middle open as a void, and you're going to see me encapsulate flowers here pretty soon. Yeah, I didn't like the French look, so I fold the edges down. I do speed this video up a lot. I did edit and cut out a lot of it because it's very repetitive. I literally do this exact same thing on every single nail. So I'm going to let the music go from here, let the beat drop, and I will be back in a little bit. So here's one of those points where you can see how it went from the dark blue to the light blue, and this provided a really nice contrast. So this sky blue was just super pretty. I'm always comparing the nails together to make sure that the lines match, of course. We don't want it to look all crazy, even though these some won't be worn by an actual person. And then same thing with the yellow. I'm just showing you how pretty the yellow is, and then the difference between after you cure it. They're just all cured like a lighter version of themselves, and it just turned out really, really gorgeous. Here coming up, you'll see the flowers that I encapsulated today. Ironically, all of them were in a row. I did not plan that. I just thought it was really cool, and then I was kind of wishing I had an orange because I don't know, you just don't see a lot of orange polygel or orange in general when it comes to nails, and I've just really been feeling like the yellow and orange vibe. But I first tried to encapsulate just using base coat without soaking the flowers or anything, and they were really hard to stick down. I find a lot of people have that complaint as well that do nails or nail techs. They use a lot of product to try to hold the flower down. So then I saw something else where when I went to purchase some of these dried flowers, where they recommended that you set them in water for a short period of time. It doesn't have to be very long, but long enough just so they absorb the water. I actually just used my leftover alcohol that I had because I didn't feel like getting water. And I didn't dry these flowers off when I got them out of the alcohol, or I didn't let them set on the paper towel. So it did start to marble the base coat a little bit, and it got a little bit cloudy. So I did end up wiping that away with my brush because I wanted this middle part to be clear. But yeah, it was just, so I learned my lesson finally. On the third nail, you'll see when I go into the blue nail, I soak them, but then I also take them out of the alcohol and put them on the paper towel to absorb some of the alcohol off of them, and it did not cloud my base coat, and it didn't start getting cloudy. So the base coat was just something more for them to stick to, and then I would cure it for 30 seconds after I was done with that. This set just turned out really cool. Like I seriously had a lot of fun. I almost forgot to dab them on the paper towel, but eventually I remembered. And then I also cut a lot of this footage out as well, because again, I just do the same thing for every single nail. So you'll see little still shots until I get to the nail where I do a full nail of flowers, like the ring finger. I don't know, for some reason I always like to use the ring finger as my focus nail. It's just a way to offset for me, like either the pointer finger, the index finger, or the ring finger. I don't know why, I just like to bling those nails out. But yeah, I'll let you go ahead and watch the rest of the encapsulation process. I wanted to add a little bit more to these nails, but I didn't want to add too much, so I thought silver foil would be perfect for these. So I go in and I wanted to keep them as clear as possible, but then, like I mentioned, I just wanted to add a little bit more, so that's what the silver foil is for. I had a lot of fun doing this part. I think this stuff is absolutely gorgeous. Like, if you ever want to add just a little bit to your nails, but not too much, this foil, putting foil on your nails is a really good way to do that. And it just makes them look a little bit more upscale, even though it's just a really simple process, and I absolutely love it. So I tried to use hard gel for the first time today. Needless to say, I was not very successful at it, and I did not have the patience for it. So eventually I get it open and I start applying it on my nail. On the green nail, it's the only nail that I used it on. It worked wonderful, like it was great, but I was just worried about too many bubbles because I know I wasn't applying it correctly. Normally you wouldn't brush it on like I was doing, but that's what I did. But I needed something to fill in that space between the top and the bottom color, and then that little part that was open, so that way when you go to file the nail, of course you don't want to file away the flowers and everything that you have, and you also want to protect whatever you're trying to encapsulate. So every time I did a layer, I did cure it for 60 seconds after this, and then I go in and put on as much product as I need, to build your apex or whatever the case may be. Now, I didn't actually build a very thick apex on any of these nails because, again, nobody's going to be wearing them. So I didn't want to waste a bunch of product, but since I am a beginner, I do like to try new things every time. I like to push myself to the limit all the time, no matter what I do in life. I just literally like to nail it like every time, and it's like, the nails that I do, they're not showstoppers, they're not like magazine quality, but if you left my house wearing this set of nails, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be disappointed, and that's always my goal. So even if I am trying something new, I will, if I mess up, I just try again and again and again and again until I get it down or learn. Because as you see, I'm making a huge mess with this builder gel. It's really stringy. I was getting really irritated with it, and I didn't want to mess around with it all day. So after I get done messing around with this, I just go in with my Mia Secret, my go-to, my builder gel in a bottle. It's so much easier. It's easier to lay. It's more thin than this hard gel. So it was easier to apply. Yeah, I struggled with this hard gel, but so the pinky is the only one I use that on, and again, I do go ahead and speed this up one more time. really quick. I go in and I speed through the filing. After I file, you'll see me put on my top coat. Actually, you'll see me wipe all of the nails down with alcohol just to get all of the little bits off. I was going to rinse them in water, but I didn't want the sticky tabs underneath to get ruined. So yeah, but after I top coat, that will actually be the end of the video. I did take some still shots outside, so you guys will be able to see what they would look like in the direct sunlight. These turned out really pretty, and honestly I feel like I outdid myself on this set. I wanted to again just display all of the different colors or as many colors of polygel as I could that were in this kit, and work outside of my norm and colors that I wouldn't normally use. And I just really love the way that they turned out. They're just so beautiful. So plus it is springtime, so I thought these colors were also work well with spring, and they all went well together. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. Comment below, tell me what your favorite color was. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support and all of my new subscribers. Also my Instagram followers, I love you guys so much. I feel like I will just start naturally attracting, I feel like if whatever you put out in life is what you're going to get back. So I have been slowly but surely getting more and more subscribers, and I really do appreciate it. You guys have no idea, because you guys literally just spent the last 20 minutes with me and you didn't have to do that, but that's the fun part of me putting out these videos. I'm just to the point where I really enjoy it. So thank you very much. Again, I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next time.